The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Brandy.
And at the end of the day, the consumer looks immensely strong, so much so that many people are willing to quit their jobs. They've got so much in savings. It's a remarkable situation, Hadley. It kind of reminds me of the late 50s, early 60s.
If you look at wage growth, real wage growth over the last year, it's as negative as we've seen in 40 years. And so what's happening is that wages haven't kept up with prices. People, you can see it in the sentiment data, feel like they're worse off because they are, because after they're at the gas pump and after they're at the grocery store, they don't have any money left.
So who's lying? Who's lying? They both are. You know, it's amazing that these fake business news networks, they have no problem coming on and just lying because that's their job. I always tell you that. That's their job, to make you feel good, to build your confidence. Remember, 2008, QE is a confidence game. I told you that. Every confidence game has an insider. I told you that. And the insider right now is Powell. Before that was Bernanke, and then it was Yellen. Those are the insiders. Their job is to make sure they kept printing and printing and printing money that's caused this problem of inflation. They can't turn. It's not something that's going to be fixed easy. By printing this money, keep interest rates low. They kept the interest rates low for too long. When you keep interest rates too low for too long, the consequences are going to hit. But they knew what the consequences were going to be. The boys at Harvard and Yale and all the different business schools, they knew exactly what they were doing in 2008, that they were going to get as rich as they could and screw Main Street. They were going to take from Main Street $51 trillion that should have been in your wages. Listen to what I'm saying. I told you this before. Nobody believes it. QE is a confidence game. They knew that they could pay for QE by screwing you over 14 years out of $51 trillion in wages. That's why you get these little tiny wage increases. Big deal. Inflation eats you up. Welcome to Phil's Gang, coast to coast. Okay, so the market. I'm going to tell you a couple of things today that I told you the other day. You've got to pay attention. Everybody says, you think this market is over? I mean, this is it? The selling is done and we can go higher now? No. Because they were able, if you go and take a look at the spiders, and if you looked at the spiders on January 24th, when we had that 1,000-point drop, and they turned around and ran it right back up again. That's not a key reversal. That's an engineered reversal. And I told you why and what you got to look at. And I'll tell you again. You got to watch that low of that day. If that breaks that low of that day of January 24th on the S&P, we are going to drop huge. So they're doing everything they can to make sure they don't let that drop. We call it the steel I-beam pattern. They're doing printing money and coming in and they're buying index futures. The Federal Reserve is in here trying to make sure that we don't break that low. Now, here's what you got to watch for. And my members, remember this, I always tell my members, and I always tell everybody that works with me, our main goal is to make sure our investors do not lose money. That's the most important thing. I always tell them, we'll keep our investors forever as long as they don't lose money. You don't have to go out and make them $10,000 a day. As long as they don't lose money, they'll be happy. As long as they're not sitting there confused, don't know what to, they'll be happy. And that's what we work on all the time. Make sure they don't lose money. Now, I was thinking about that today, and I want you to listen to this. This is Jim Cramer.
I'm no longer inclined to recommend companies that lose money.
Wait a minute. He's not going to recommend anymore companies that lose money. Wow, I think that's a pretty bright idea, don't you? Wow, that's original. Don't recommend companies that lose money. Wow, that's original. Let's continue.
I'm no longer inclined to recommend companies that lose money on the show because I want what I call viewers.
What an idiot. The reason he keeps losing money for his clients because he always used the same gig all the time. Oh, I know Joe Anderson. He's the CEO. He's a good friend of mine. I know Joe. He was on my show. I know what he's doing. He's a good man. He's a good man. Knows the company. His company's got 3 more companies. And they just changed the wallpaper in the bathroom. And I know his father. Buy it. He's wrong. I'm not just saying it. Check it out. Go through his picks. He's wrong most all the time because he doesn't follow the trend. He doesn't follow trend of money. He's a pure. He's a joke. What he does, he follows what they call fundamentals, and they lie about the fundamentals. Since 2008, remember, we no longer are buying stocks based on fundamentals, based on a company's profits, based on a company's earnings, based on a company, how much they're going to put in business investment, how much is their top line, how much is their top line sales improved, how much is their margins improved, what's their debt to sales, all that stuff. That's out of in 2008, that's gone. You don't need that anymore because they engineered the stock market. It's called QE. It was engineered. Now let's get to what's going on today. Everybody wants to know. The market was up 500 points today. And I told my members this. Right here. Please be patient. This was at 10 o'clock this morning. Please be patient, okay? This market can go negative today, believe me, okay? I told them this market could go negative today. It was at 500 points, about 5 after 10. Just like I told them the other day that we got to start shorting. Just like I said, if you recall, when I said this market is going to drop if it breaks through 470. This is while they're telling you, CNBC and Fox, to buy in a dip. I said, no. It's going to break if it breaks 470. And boom, it broke big time. Then they came in and the plunger team came in and stopped it from going down at a low of 464. They engineered it, the plunger team. They go and they buy index futures to make sure the market don't go down anymore. It's temporary. And I said there, that's good. Now we got a good base. I said they're going to break that base too. It's going to go down. And when it's minutes it hit that, I gave them that number. If it breaks through that 464, 65, let's keep shorting. This market's going to go down. Trust me, they're going to break that. It went down. And the biggest day, when the market went down 1,000 points on January 24th, I said to everybody that same day, I said, take your profits. This market is going to go right back up. I have a cut there somewhere in this. Now, see if I can find it for you. But I told everybody, when it got down at 1,000 points, I said, they're going to turn around and run this market back up. Take your profits. Take your profits. So when I get back, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. And the biggest thing right now, nobody's talking about, the housing market is going to collapse. Those poor people who bought homes in the last year.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG. Try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grain at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. And that's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com. Hi, I'm Phil Grain at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. And that's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Thinking about investing in the stock market? Go to philsgang.com, where we have over 50 years experience in trading and investing in the stock market. Phil's Gang teaches you how to make profits in the market with stock chart analysis, up-to-the-minute alerts, and always keeping you informed with professional guidance in long and short-term positions. Go to philsgang.com or call one of our professional staff to answer your questions. 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Stop wondering about your financial future and start doing something about it.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG. Try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
I wish I could say more, but honestly, we haven't made those decisions, and we actually haven't even really had the important discussions on.
What Paul was just saying there, he didn't make the decision on when is he going to start, okay, selling the assets of $9 trillion that he has on his balance sheet. Those assets, remember, of $9 trillion, he only had $850 billion in January 2008. He's got $9 trillion now. That's why it's an artificial market. That's why it's been a fake market. That's why it went up 600% with nothing behind it. This whole market, it was so easy to make money because all he had to do is keep printing money, keep interest rates down, to keep pushing yields down, and the tech stocks would never come down again. And they kept going up until inflation was so high, it killed him. And that's what's going on now. Right now, he's panicked. It's too late for him to pull out all the free and cheap money from this economy. The money that he went and, remember, printed and purchased two items. He purchased treasury, just regular treasuries like you purchased, and then he purchased mortgage-backed securities. Now, that's the one you got to watch. Two things you got to watch. Got to keep watching IWM, that's the small mid-cap stocks. If that starts breaking down again, and you got to watch the VIX index, which means if this VIX index gets back or gets close to that 28 to 30, market's going to collapse again. Because remember what the VIX index tells you. When you get up to that 30, that's set up automatically in the computers on the insurance company, hedge funds, and endowments, and all the big thing, all the big investors like that, because they set up to protect them. There's an automatic trigger. Their computers are set up on Main Street. The insurance companies are set up, on Wall Street. They've taken their computers, went down to New York Stock Exchange, and the insurance companies put their computer right next to the New York Stock Exchange computer. That's what they did. The hedge funds put their computer right next to the New York Stock Exchange computer. All these big boys. There's an automatic trigger. And like I said the other day, the reason why the market went down 1,000 points is because they saw that the VIX index was so close to start. It was around 28. It was getting close to 30. That means about $75 billion in sales. Sell. 75 billion. These companies would have unloaded 75 billion in stocks, sold them, putting it into a market that only has liquidity of 5 trillion. We would have gone down 1,000 or 2,000 points. So make sure you watch that. If that VIX index gets towards 30, there's going to be a big dumping. Make sure you watch the small mid-cap stocks that went down about 20%. That was the biggest one that got hit. If they don't try rallying that up, it's over. It's going to go lower. But you don't have to watch any of that. We do this every day. Every day we do this. We start at 4 in the morning here every day, identifying what is this market going to do. Our whole goal is first and foremost that our investors do not lose money. Do not lose money. The first thing we focus on, and then they stay with us forever. The reason why Kramer came out today and said he's worried about all his viewers are leaving him, and we're seeing that. We're seeing because he's always wrong. He's always wrong.
I'm no longer inclined to recommend companies that lose money.
Imagine that, recommending companies that lose money. Yeah. Now, that's okay if you were following the trend of money. I don't care if companies make money or lose money. It doesn't matter to us. We're always right. We're always right by following the trend. The minute you stop following the trend of money, you'll never make money. You'll always be wrong. Now, give you an example. We know for sure now that the mortgage-backed securities that they purchased since 2008, trillions of dollars, the mortgage-backed security, that is what kept the housing market from collapsing. That's what drove the housing market. That's what drove from March 2020 to July 2020. Home prices went up 20% in 4 months, 4 months, because of these mortgage-backed securities. He's going to unwind those. He's going to sell those. Do you understand what that does to the housing market? It's over. That's what's been supporting the prices of homes. Because by buying all those mortgage-backed securities for 14 years, he artificially held up the housing market. For a housing market to go up, my God, in 4 months, for a house price to go up 20%, don't you see what's wrong with that? I've been around for 75 years, and I've been in this market for 51 years. The one thing I've always known, house prices go up 2 to 3% a year, just like wages. It was always a religion. But this mortgage-backed security was another con job. Okay, it was part of the confidence game. Poor people that are out there buying homes between March of 2020 and today are going to get hurt so badly unless they put down a big enough payment. Now, the key is when he starts unwinding, and he's talking about unwinding, but the problem, he isn't saying when. He says, I'm going to start raising rates, he says. But I haven't made up my mind. We haven't discussed yet about unwinding. See, that's his problem. Because when he starts unwinding, once he starts selling those treasuries, the secured and unsecured treasuries, he's pulling out all the support to this market. Think of it that way. He's pulling out all the support to the stock market that's been there for 14 years. He doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know what to do. That guy's not sleeping at night. We have one of the biggest opportunities. Now, does it mean the market's just going to go down today? No. But if you just know what to watch for, and I'll tell you that when I get back, you're going to know exactly when this market is going to be the final collapse. I'll be right back. Join my gang free for 10 days.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy. Is your business prepared to respond to any emergency in the workplace? Well, you better be. Let over 30 years of law enforcement experience go to work for you. Boyd Investigative Group is here for all your business security needs. I know. I use them. They're terrific. Call today for your free confidential consultation. 941-724-4535. That's 941-724-4535. Or visit them on the website, BoydInvestigativeGroup.com.
License number A1900020.
With the PhilsGang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at PhilsGang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At PhilsGang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And PhilsGang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the PhilsGang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at PhilsGang.com. That's PhilsGang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy. Is your business prepared to respond to any emergency in the workplace? Well, you better be. Let over 30 years of law enforcement experience go to work for you. Boyd Investigative Group is here for all your business security needs. I know. I use them. They're terrific. Call today for your free confidential consultation. 941-724-4535. That's 941-724-4535. Or visit them on the website, BoydInvestigativeGroup.com.
License number A1900020.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here. And it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Join my gang free for 10 days. Let me give you the number, 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-GANG. Sign up where it says Working Investor Group. That's where you want to be. If you're a person that says, I don't have time to learn, I don't have time to even look at videos, please just tell me what stock I should be in and when should I add, when should I take money off, when should I buy more, when should I get out. Like this. Every day, Stephen takes that portfolio, and then he takes my portfolio. You can have either portfolio you want. And like Schlumberger, if that's the one you picked, here's what you'll hear today when you go home. Okay? In other words, he wants you to go home. He posted at 2 o'clock. I'm just assuming people go home, have supper, then they look and listen.
Schlumberger, go ahead and put in a scalp for a long here. This had a nice move up here. If this can cross over in the morning or we can break out.
So he tells you what to do with every stock. And the same thing, when the market's going down, you know exactly what to do. And we have a consensus. Like I say, we start here at 4 in the morning. We have a consensus, okay, where this market is going. By the time this market opens 9:30, we know exactly where this market's going. And here's an example. If you remember, it was on January 4th is when I said this about there was a key support. And I told everybody, if it breaks, make sure we're short the market. And then everybody was just doing the opposite. Buy, 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 buy. So find a chart. The spiders, SPY is a symbol. Look at the low of 472 and then mark down. If the spiders drop back from today, from 476.62 to below 470, just below 470, then you see this market sell off. And we had a huge sell off in the S&P. Remember that? So we anticipated. So my members, because we anticipated that, we had a consensus on this, they were safe. Not only safe, they were making money on the way down. Next thing that happened in the market, when the market dropped because of that, all of a sudden the plunger team comes in and stops it from dropping on January 10th. And again, all we're hearing from Fake Business News Network, buying the dip, buy tech, they're undervalued, buying the dip. I said, no, the market's going to go down again. And it was on the 8th. It's on the 18th. It was early in the morning. And here's what I said to my members about the 10th. Well, I'm going to give you another number. If the spiders break through that low, when the plunger team came in on January 10th, which is 456.60, breaks through there and holds, this market's going to be in big trouble. Now, this is in advance of it happening. This was on the 8th. This was on the 18th. On the 18th. And what I was talking about was the low on the previous January 10th. And guess what? We were exactly right. And it broke and it dropped big. Then on January 24th, the market dropped 1,000 points. And people thought that was, I said, no. They're gonna wipe that loss out. Remember though, all glory is fleeting. Make sure you take some profits when you get a big day like this. I know it's tough, but take some profits, and then make sure you put your stops in. Okay. So when we dropped that 1,000 points, I take your profits. We were short. Take your profits, and then boom, it went up. 1,000 points. Down 1,000, then it went up. We caught it on the way down, we caught it on the way back up. And then, this was this morning. The market was up 500 points. Here's what we said to our members. Please be patient, okay? This market can go negative today, believe me, okay? And I told them, look, this thing's going to go. Now, how did I know? I brought them over the Dow 30 stocks. Just like I did when we had that the crash there on January 10th. I brought him over and I said, look, let me show you something. The market's up 500 points. Let's go and see why it's up 500 points. Out of the 30 stocks, Dow 30 stocks, there was only 2 stocks that were causing the market to be up 500 points. Just really 2 stocks. That was it. So I told them, when you only have 2 or 3 stocks that are causing this to be up 500 points on the Dow, that's not enough. There's not a consensus, and it's going to give back this profit. So make sure you're taking your profits, and we'll short it on the way down. Last week, remember when the banks went down? We had this big move, right? The banks. I think it rallied. The banks went down big time. We were down 500 points. I brought him back to the Dow 30. I went through all the Dow 30 stocks. I said, see if you can pick out. Show me which ones are making us go down. There was 2 bank stocks and Home Depot. I said, it's not going to sustain itself. It's going to rally. It's going to rally back up. Sure enough, that same day, it rallied right back up. So we're correct on that position. See, what we follow is not the BS. We don't listen to fundamentals because there's no fundamentals in this market anymore. They destroyed the market. They destroyed it. Most people don't understand that. There's no price discovery anymore. That's gone. You and I don't make the price. The Federal Reserve does. They decide when the market's going to go up and all you got to do is listen to the message of the market when it's going to go up or down. That's called following trend. In 10 days, If you're a person that says, I don't really want to learn, then you don't have to. Every day, we'll take our portfolio and tell you exactly what to do with the stock you picked out. If you want to learn, we got the best teaching facility ever. Best charts. We're there to support you. All right, let's move on. So now what we're looking at is, and I also said this morning, if you take the Dow 30 stocks, only 11 of the 30 are above 50-day moving average support. That's a key support. Only 11 out of 30. If you take the 200-day moving average, that's another key support. Only 15 of 30 are above it. I said, this market's not going to last. When it was up 500 points, it's going to give it all back. We're going to go negative again. And we did. Now let's move on. So all I'm trying to tell you is because we don't follow this crap and we follow the money, you can always, it's the easiest way to invest. Follow the money. Isn't that with everything? So Powell, let's get back to Powell. Powell, his statement yesterday, he's in trouble. It's bad enough. We have a border crisis, crime crisis, pandemic crisis. We have the mandate crisis, the woke crisis, the defunding of the police crisis. But those are all pale compared to the most serious crisis, inflation, i.e. your standard of living crises. People are going to get so screwed. God, I wish you just would listen to me and just learn how to just protect it with, if you can put a light switch on or a light switch off, you can sell a stock as it's going down and making money. Standard of living, that's what we have right now. Because once he starts selling, see, that's why he was very vague, because he knows this. Once he starts selling these mortgage-backed securities, which kept the housing market up for 14 years, and especially what drove the housing market up 20% in 4 or 5 weeks, from March 2020 to July 2000, it's over. Once he sells those, do you know what interest rates are going to do? They're going to go through the roof. They're going to go up. There's not going to be any buyers for houses. There's not going to be mortgage applications, but nobody's going to tell you that except me. Join my gang free, please, for 10 days. It's worth it just for the 10 days so you get the information so we can help you. And all I ask, if you do stay and make money, please would you help St. Jude? I think it's a pretty good deal. We're reaching out to you. You reach back to them. And the information you get from us is going to be always spot on.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy. Is your business prepared to respond to any emergency in the workplace? Well, you better be. Let over 30 years of law enforcement experience go to work for you. Boyd Investigative Group is here for all your business security needs. I know. I use them. They're terrific. Call today for your free confidential consultation. 941-724-4535. That's 941-724-4535. Or visit them on the website, BoydInvestigativeGroup.com.
License number A1900020.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day? That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Thinking about investing in the stock market? Go to philsgang.com, where we have over 50 years experience in trading and investing in the stock market. Phil's Gang teaches you how to make profits in the market with stock chart analysis, up-to-the-minute alerts, and always keeping you informed with professional guidance in long and short-term positions. Go to philsgang.com or call one of our professional staff to answer your questions. 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Stop wondering about your financial future and start doing something about it.
With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-GANG. 877-600-GANG or 640. Can you read it now? 4264. 4264. Okay, now listen to me. Let me tell you what is going to happen. Now, I went through every one of those dates. I'm not here bragging about the dates and the calls we made. The point I'm trying to get across to you, we focus on making sure our members don't lose money. Everything else takes care of itself. Everything else. If you can focus on making sure your members don't lose money, and I say this to my team every day, we focus on that. Everything will take care of itself. So every one of those 4 calls, and today's call when the market was up 500 points, you heard what I said to them. I told them the market wasn't going to hold. Now, why is that important? Because we're focusing on making sure you don't lose money, our members. And because of that, they're always going to be in the right position, whether the market's going up or whether the market's going down. Like I said yesterday, it's like I'm a helicopter pilot. The best pilots, anybody can be a pilot, but the best pilots are ones who understand how a helicopter flies. Yeager, I told you yesterday, he was the greatest fighter pilot, Chuck Yeager. Like he said, a lot of people could outfly me, but when I got into a firefight, I knew what my plane could do that they didn't. I knew every bolt. I knew exactly what it could do, the stress it could take. They didn't. It's the same thing with the market. You can sit there all day long listening to Kramer. I know Jane Jendy. He's the CEO. He's on our show. He put a new bathroom in the company. He just bought 3 more gas stations. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. We're going to buy. No, that means nothing today. Nothing today. Fundamentals mean nothing today. And let me tell you why. It's so important for you to be in a position where somebody tells you every day, okay, no, the market's going to go down, so you're not going to lose money because here's what you're going to do. Guess what? You don't even have to come to class for that, for God's sakes. But understand this. It's over. 14 years of rigging the market is over. Now, I know you don't know what I'm talking about. When he starts selling the mortgage mortgage-backed securities. And you notice he said, we haven't discussed yet, but we're going to sell them because he's scared to death. Because here's what. First of all, listen to this dope right here. This is so stupid.
You know, we know what a quarter rate hike does. We don't know what the...
Yeah, quarter rate hike does nothing. 7% inflation, they're going to do 4 or 5 quarter rate hikes. That's 125 basis points, and that's going to fight a 7% inflation? Give me a break.
You know, we know what a quarter rate hike does. We don't know what the equivalent of taking $1 trillion off the balance sheet.
Well, let me tell you, when you take $1 trillion of mortgage-backed securities off the balance sheet that's holding up the whole housing market by keeping interest rates so low, the 30-year fixed rate so low, when you take that out, that means the interest rates, all the interest rates are going to go sky high, and you're going to have a housing crash. That's what it means. That's what it means. Now, this whole thing, think about this. Inflation is now, out of 14 years, now we got the inflation. It's the worst inflation we ever had. It's worse than a recession because it's a cruel tax. Inflation is a cruel tax because it's a hidden tax. Like any tax, it reduces your purchasing power, right? It reduces our spending power. That's what they did for 14 years. They reduced our spending power. Well, everything went up. They reduced our wages. As inflation outpaced our wage increases. Think about what they did. Think about it this way, what they did for 14 years. And now it's over. Our owners of the Federal Reserve. They made sure that Main Street would lose purchasing power in the dollar so that they can increase their spending power. They did this on purpose, that you would lose purchasing power. They wanted dollar to value to go down so they could pay their debt back with dollars that went down in value, which only benefited them and screwed you and me. That created a 14-year stock market bubble, which you paid for in wages that you should have in your pocket, but they stole those from you. Now, the government increased its spending power. How do they increase their spending power? How can they spend all this money? Because money is printed. Then they go out and buy these treasuries to keep rates near zero. So they go do stock buybacks. So there'd be less shares at a company. When there's less shares to buy, stocks go up. So if a company's losing money, it doesn't matter because there's less shares of the company because they bought their own stock back. Instead of having 1 million shares, there's only 500,000 shares. So that means there's less shares to buy and the stock goes up so they can lose money. They don't need profits. Stock buybacks, $333 million a month over 72 months for a total of $24 billion from November 2008 to 2014. Then from 2015 to 2021, they printed another $5 billion a day for stock buybacks, on top of the $333 million over 72 months. So to manipulate the stock prices, to push stock prices higher, all to devalue the dollar. So money is also printed, remember, to devalue the purchasing power of the dollar. They want to reduce that purchasing power. This way the government and companies can then go push their debt down, pay their debt down with devalued dollars. Pay China with devalued dollars. Japan with devalued dollars. How smart they are. Well, and that's why coffee's up 82% and gasoline and everything else, these smart guys on Wall Street. Now, let's take the balance sheet they have, their balance sheet. So they take their balance sheet, okay? They print all this money. They go buy all these mortgage-backed securities, and they just buy the same mortgages without security. Now, what they do is then they take all this money they print, and they put it into circulation where all other people's money is. Savings, salaries, investment money that's already existing. They blend it in. They blend it in. So it will intentionally reduce the purchasing power of the dollar. So they screw you and me. Our purchasing power goes down. They win. They win because they can pay their debt back and they can keep buying these 10-year treasuries to keep pushing the stock market up. Are you kidding? It's also done intentionally to create an illusion it's free money. That's right. When people see that the government's doing this and the government's sending money for here and sending $1,400 checks, sending more money for unemployment, this and that, keep sending them money, all these Get Better program and Get Fly High program and all these programs they had, these idiots. All the free money that went out. You had to stay home, didn't work. Can you imagine? People thought that's free money. They took a survey and showed 78.3% of Americans polled believe it's all free money. All those programs that they did, the $1,400 they sent, the child tax credits they sent out, all that money they've been going, it's all free money. These are the same people. These are the same people, the same 80% who believe they don't pay any commissions in 401ks when there's 27 hidden fees, astronomical costs, commissions, and 80% of the people that own 401ks, they think there's no fees. 78.3 people think there's no, that they believe all this money is free, that they see being spent by the government is free. They just print it. No, you're paying for it. There should be you're missing $51 trillion in wages because you paid for it. But there's no rioting. There's no rioting. There's nobody opposing QE. Nobody's opposing inflation, which is a cruel, cruel tax because it's hidden. Nobody's opposing stock buybacks. They're all home watching ball games in The View. And they have no idea they're getting screwed. So you got to change something, and we're at a key time right now where you can make money with the market going down. If the market goes back up, they rig it somehow, go back up, and they decide they're going to really fry Main Street and move inflation way up so they can push tech stocks back up so you can't even pay your credit card. They may do that. We'll make money on the way up. If you're with me, the best thing you're going to get is a full night's sleep because you haven't got to worry whether the market's up or the market's down. You'll be making money. Check it out for just 10 days. It's free. See if I'm full of crap or not. 877-600-GANG. Please remember St. Jude.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me.